Hi, I'm Cynthia Kahn, founder of Amused Now, and I'm here today with Marco Perfetti from the Music Perfect Mark Project. Hi, Marco.
Hi, Cynthia. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Congratulations on the success of your album, Flesh and Voice. The songs really highlight your versatile talent, and I love the video for the single Footprints.
Thank you.
I think my favorite track is Green Light because it's such a fun, upbeat dance tune. I love the bass line.
I love it too.
To me, your music is a cross between alternative rock and pop. How would you describe it?
It's hard to describe it, and it's a question that a lot of people ask me, like, what kind of music do you play? And it's hard to say it because when you say pop or you say rock or even pop rock today, it doesn't really. It's such a wide, it recalls such a wide genre that includes so many different artists and so many different influences. So usually, yeah, I say like either alternative because when you say alternative, it's kind of a way to avoid, any labels. You say, oh, it's alternative, and people are like, oh, okay. But I've had so many different influences in my life, and you can totally hear them in the album. And so I wouldn't stick to rock in a matter of classic rock or even contemporary rock because I can tell that there's a lot of even soul influences or R&B influences, which are genres that I love and that I've always sang, especially when it comes to my vocals or some rhythmic aspects. Even especially Green Light, the song that you like, has such a strong funk, I would say funk influence, and it's a little bit Maroon 5, a little bit Jamiroquai, which are artists that I've always listened to and that I've always liked. So yeah, let's say alternative and let's say pop rock if we want, but it's reductive. I would say it's reductive, and I like that. I like that I cannot be defined so well, because it means that we're open to different things, and it's really what I like to do.
Well, for those in the audience who don't know about the Perfect Mark Project, tell us about it. Do you write the lyrics and produce the music and sing the lead vocals all on your own, or do you collaborate with others?
So I am the leader of the project because, of course, it's my project first. And yeah, right now I write the lyrics, I write the music, I arrange and produce the tracks. I love to collaborate. I really love to, sing with other people, play with different people. I like to write with other people. In this first album that I released, there are songs that are co-written. There's 8 tracks, and 3 songs I wrote them by myself. Three are one is a cover, and 3 more are one I wrote the lyrics, and a friend of mine wrote the melody, and one I rewrote it because it's a song written by another friend of mine, and he wrote it in Italian, because I'm from Italy. I'm originally from Italy, and this friend of mine, he's a great musician and a great songwriter, and he wrote this song that I love, and I asked him if I could sing it in English because I always sang in English and I love to sing in English. So I just took the song and I didn't translate it. I rewrote it. I wrote different lyrics that represented me, and 2 other songs are co-written with another friend of mine who used to be my guitar player in Italy back then when I used to play there. So yeah, I love to collaborate and I love to write with others because I think that when I write with others, the melody, the harmonies that I write are different from the ones that I write by myself. The influence of the other people really takes something different out of me, something that maybe uh, I would have never found by myself. They just made me explore new musical territories, which is something that I really, really like. In this project, especially for the next album, probably almost everything is going to be written by me. Like, I would say so far 90% it's all mine. And I like that. I like to be in charge.
You like you'll collaborate as long as they do what you want.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes. No. It sometimes it's like this when it comes to my musicians. I like them. I like to be the leader. But at the same time, I listen to them a lot because they're such professionals and they are such amazing musicians that what their opinion really really matters to me. I really really pay attention to what they say, and if they have some criticism or if they have some feedback, I always take it in consideration, but in the end I'm the one who chooses. So
That's the way it should be because it's the perfect Mark
it
project.
is, yes, yes, it's my music and it has to be the way I like it.
Well, you have such a wonderful singing voice and your songs are so well
Thank you.
produced. You
Thank
must have an in-depth music background. Tell us about it.
yeah, well, as a singer, I wanted to be a singer since I was a kid. I started singing when I was like, I don't know. My mom tells me that I used to sing when I was one, and I always sang, always learned songs from the TV, from the commercials, from the cartoons, themes, and I started studying professionally when I was 17 because I really felt the urge to explore my instrument. And for me, I would say it was all a matter of listening. I've always been a huge listener. So I used to listen to every kind of music, and I think this is something that people kind of take for granted today because studying is important, and I've studied my whole life. I'm still studying, and I don't think you ever stop studying when you're a musician. But studying doesn't mean always, it's not just a matter of doing your homework, you know what I mean? Listening is a huge aspect of the learning process. And for me, it was everything. I've listened so much, I've spent hours and hours, and still I do because I love to discover new stuff and I love to learn it. And so I would say my musical background, it was like the person I am today, the artist I am today, is influenced by all the years I've studied, all the different bands that I've played with, all the different projects that I've sang with. I've sang in rock bands, blues bands, soul. I've sang some jazz, even though I'm not a jazz singer. I love all kinds of music, and that's sometimes it's a problem because I think I would like to make an album of every genre. I love so much folk music today. It's one of my favorite genre now. It's folk, which is something that I discovered just a few years ago. I used to listen to R&B and hip hop when I was a teenager, and still I like it today. So that I would say that's what shaped me, and that's also the reason why, going back to your first question, it's one of the reasons why it's so hard to classify my music. It's because all these influences that I've had, all these genres that I love, I kind of mix them together to I don't know. I kind of I'm like a result. I'm like a mixture of them, and I think you can hear that. You can hear a little bit of everything that I love in my music. So yeah, that's it.
You mentioned a couple of them earlier, but who do you credit as being like your major influence to your
Hmm.
sound?
That's another interesting question. Is like, how much time do you have? I can make a list that never ends
How
because I
about
have
five?
no, I have so many influences. I can tell you vocally. well, it's really tough. It's really hard. It's like when people ask you what's your favorite record or your favorite song, and you're like, oh, it's impossible to say that. But I would say I have different influences according to different things. If we talk about my sound with Perfect Mark, the way I write and the way I want my music to sound today, definitely Chris Cornell is my favorite rock singer. I absolutely love him. Is amazing. You know, his range, his he's so raw, and at the same time, he's raw in a good way. You know, is that he has so much control and power. And I love Incubus. Incubus is one of my favorite band when it comes to rock. But my favorite band in the world is Counting Crows. You see, I have a this is a Counting Crows T-shirt. When it comes to the lyrics, definitely Counting Crows is the man who inspired me the most. The Adam Duritz, Counting Crows lead singer, he's a lyrical genius. I think he really changed my conception of how lyrics are written, and he made me understand that you can write what you feel without worrying too much of what the listener understands, because everybody can understand what they want, and everybody can find their own meaning in your words. But vocally speaking, I love the soul singers of the 60s and 70s. Stevie Wonder, it's my absolute idol when, like, vocally and even musically, he's absolutely a genius. Otis Redding, Donny Hathaway, Marvin Gaye. I sang those songs my whole life. So you see, I have so many different things. And another of my favorite artists today, John Mayer. I love John Mayer. He influenced me so much, especially not on his folk country recent works, but more on the previous one, like Continuum. Mumford and Sons is another of my favorite bands, like contemporary bands. Speaking of folkish stuff, so yeah, these are the names that comes to my mind, but I have so many others.
And if there's one thing that you could tell another musician like yourself who's trying to make a name for themselves,
Hmm.
what would that be?
I would say the first thing is that it might sound a little cliche, but you have to believe in yourself. And this is something that sometimes I believe it's misinterpreted, because believing in yourself doesn't mean believing you're the best or believing you're good at everything. Before you believe in yourself, I think you have to know. You have to know yourself, and you have to know what you're good at and even what you're bad at. In a matter of knowing what you can do and what you cannot do. And that comes with time and a lot of, you have to be humble and listen to the people and listen to your fellow musicians and other artists. You have to listen to different advice and criticism, and to kind of figure out who you are and what you want to do. And and you got to have a plan, and you have to know how to do things. And I believe being humble at the beginning, being humble, you have to be humble always, but especially at the beginning. I already see people, that they're like, I don't do this. This is not good enough for me. I'm better than that. And sometimes I think the same myself, but I always try to say yes to everything that it's been offered to me, because most of the times that I said I don't want to do that and then I did it, something good came out of it. You may never know what's going to happen, and if you have a chance to perform, you should always jump at it. When you're an independent artist, an upcoming artist, definitely you have to have that mindset of, I'm gonna do everything that's possible to be known, to expand my fan base.
Sage advice for someone so young. Well, when can we expect the next release of songs for the Perfect Mark project?
I don't know about a specific date because my first record just it came out in April, so it's kind of new, and I really want to promote it as much as I can. I want to make some more videos other than footprints. I think Green Light is going to be the next one. So you're going to have a video for your
Yay!
favorite song. And I already have so many new songs that I'm working on already. Some of them are already written and they're just ready to be recorded. Some of them I have maybe, I have the lyrics and some part of the melodies, or I have some harmonies. So some of them I have to finish them, but I have to arrange them and produce them. And this time I don't want to rush. I really don't want to rush. The first record, I had this urge of releasing it as fast as I could, even though it was a long process. But I was really, I was so excited about it. And this time I want to take my time and I want to add some new things, even production-wise. I want to maybe be a little more electronic because the first album it's really, you can tell that it's played. It's everything is from the musicians. And the next one, maybe I can add some electronic thing. Not too much, but a little bit. So I really want to take my time both to promote this one and to have all the necessary time to work on the new one until I'm completely satisfied and I'm ready, like, okay, this is the new record and it's gonna come out the way I want, 100%. So I would say maybe next year. Um, I don't know exactly when, but I think I'm gonna probably start recording maybe at the beginning of next year. So you might have something by the summer or the end of the summer. Who knows?
Wow, we'll be watching for it on Facebook, Twitter, and Reverb Nation then.
Yes. And SoundCloud and YouTube and Noise Trade and what else? I have so many. I lost the count.
Well, Marco, I had a fabulous time getting to know you
Me too.
tonight.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I wish you all good things and good luck with making the perfect songs for the Perfect Mark project.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
You too. Bye.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Kahn, founder of Amused Now. This featured artist presentation has been brought to you by Amused Now Entertainment, a website that enables artists to profit from their creativity. To learn more about Amused Now, visit us at www.amusednow.com or email me at ccon@amusednow.com.